They screaming peace when there ain't no peace. Israel prophesying in the streets. Look at me, the center of attention. Black Messiah, coming with a vision. Coming with a vision.
Read that. The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 1. Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
The Bible says that we shouldn't follow a multitude to do evil. You hear that, young man? We shouldn't follow a multitude to do evil. Come here, look at something real quick, right? I want you to look at this sign, right? What color is Jesus Christ? Huh? He's black, right? And what they teach our people, what color they teach our people that Christ is? They teach them that he's white, right? Read, let me read you something. Read through the Revelations.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
Right, so he finna show John the Revelator something, right? He finna show him something, because Revelations means to reveal. All right, drop down.
Verse 13, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
He said in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, right, in the midst of that menorah, he see one that's like the Son of Man, somebody he used to walk with, right? Read.
Cloth with a garment down to the foot.
So he had on a garment, right? Down to the foot, like you see that brother over there across the street, right? Christ had on a garment, right? Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had around his paps, right? Around his waist. Just like you see the men over there with them things around their waist. He had that around his waist, a golden girdle, right? Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it said Christ's head and his hairs on his face was white like wool, right? Right. What picture resembles that? Which one of these? Is it this one or is it that one? Right? It's that one, right? So why they teach us these lies? Why did they teach us that Christ looked like this? Right? Read on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes was a flame of fire. Why? Because Christ liked to drink wine, all right? Because when black men drink wine, the whiteness of his eyes turned red at times, all right? Proving that what? This is not the image of Christ, right? That's the true image of Christ that the Bible speaks about, right?
That's right.
Why? Because Christ was a black man according to the Bible, all right? And he's from that. What? Look at this sign right here. Come look at this. Look at this real quick. Look at this sign, all right? Where you see yourself on this sign? What they call us today? Huh? So you say that you're a Haitian, huh? What they call them today? American blacks, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, all the way down, right? They call us an American black today, right? But their biblical name will be what? Look to the right. Judah, right? That's what God calls us. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and all these names, right? And guess who else descended from the tribe of Judah? Give me that. Read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
What tribe did he spring from?
Sprang out of Judah.
See that? Christ came from that same tribe that you come from, right? So I mean, you got that same blood pumping through your veins. You understand that? You got to understand how important you is, right? That's why they lie to us and paint these images. They paint these images in the likeness of them instead of us, because they don't want you to see the God up in you, right? They don't want you to see that, so they try to attack us when we're young, right? When you're young age and try to put these things into your head, right? Christ was a black man according to the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2. All right, give me the book of Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Because they've been lying to our people for so long, right? But a lot of our people, they don't know these things. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
What color did he say the Jews was? He said the Jews are black unto the ground, right? The deeper you go, the darker it gets, right? Right? So who are them people over there that's calling themselves Jews today? Who do you think they is then? You think they're the real Jews? Because we just read it right here, right? Read it again.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
He said that the real Jews, they black unto the ground, right? So somebody lying, right? So if the real Jews are black, then who are them people over there today? Who are them people over there today, right? The Bible got all the answers. Read that, Revelations. Call it and read it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations.
He said he know the works, right? He knows the tribulations and the things that we're going through. Read.
And poverty, but thou art rich.
He said he know the poverty that we in, but we are rich. Why? Because everything belongs to us. The kingdom belongs to us, the covenants, the promises, right? Everything belongs unto us. Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
You hear that, young man? What's your name? Jamari. Read it again. Mari. Read it again.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So he know the lies of them that's calling themselves Jews, right? But they are not the real Jews. Let's see what he say they are. Read.
But are the synagogues of Satan.
He said that they are the synagogue of Satan, right? They worship Satan. Right? So those people that's calling themselves Jews over there are not the real Jews. You are the real Jew according to the Bible.
That's right.
You have been sent over here on these slave ships. Why? Because we broke the commandments of God. Right? How do we get over here to the shores of America? Huh? What means of transportation, right? How do we come over here? We was brought over here, what? Did we come over here on our own? Or were we forced to come over here? We were forced to come over here, right? In servitude, right? We was made slaves, right? All of that's recorded right here in the Bible. Alright, read that. Give me Deuteronomy. Start at 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, in verse 68.
This is good, Mark.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Lord said that he was going to read. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Because when you got a book, right? When you read a book, he's writing to an audience, right? A particular group of people, alright? So I want you to understand something. Listen good. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Hear that? Moses said these be the words he spake unto who? All Israel, all these people that you see on this sign right here, right? All these people descend from the nation of Israel. One nation, alright?
That's right.
Give me that, Deuteronomy 28, start at 15.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You hear what the Lord said? He told this particular group of people, right? If you don't hearken and you don't listen to what I say do, right? He said, I'm going to bring all these curses upon you, and they're going to overtake you no matter wherever you go. So is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Is it good or bad? What you think? It's got to be bad. Got to be something bad, right? Got to be something bad, right? So then we're going to read some of these bad things that our people, that these particular people experienced, right? Because they didn't want to obey God or they didn't want to listen to God. Bring it out. They ain't going to teach you this history in schools, right? But you're going to read your history right up out of this Bible. Read.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So you hear what God said? He said that these people, they was going to be cursed in the city, right? And they was going to be cursed in the field. So think about how we living in the city today. How are our living conditions today? Right? Hey, we live in the poorest neighborhoods, right? Got the poorest school systems, right? What school you go to? Who? Maceo Walker, right? They feed, what they feed y'all at lunch? Same foods every day, right? But if you go into them other neighborhoods, right? The other nations, maybe the white neighborhoods and all that, you go in their schools, they ain't feeding them same things. But they're not teaching them the same things that they teaching y'all in school, right? The same thing over and over. They teaching you how to be a servant, but they teaching these other nations how to rule over you.
Make it plain.
All right? Read it again.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
He said cursed they was going to be in the field, right? Listen to what God's saying. He said these people were going to be cursed in the city, and they was going to be cursed in the field, right? Who's picking cotton in the cotton fields? Who's picking cotton in the cotton fields? Look at this sign. Come look. Come close. Look.
I had looked at this stuff.
Where you look at it at?
They were talking about that stuff.
Right? So, but you're reading the word right here out of the Bible, right? We read this right out of the Bible. God said that he was going to do these to these people. Why? Because we read earlier in Deuteronomy 28:15, they didn't obey his commandments, right? Look at these pictures right here. Look at them picking the cotton in the cotton fields. We was picking the cotton in the cotton fields. Picking the tobacco in the tobacco fields, right? What we proving? We showing you who we are according to this Bible. All right? We was doing that and we reading it right out of the book. All right, read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed that we was going to be in the field as well, right? Even our children had to go out in the cotton fields and the tobacco fields and work, right? Even our children had to do the same thing that we was doing. All right? Reading it right up out of the Bible. Them things happen right out. You seen Roots? Your grandma was a slave, right? Those things happen to us as a people, proving that we are the people of this book. All right? We are the true people of this book. Right? Read 68 real quick.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he said that the Lord, right? Listen to what the Lord said. He said, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt again, right? That word Egypt means something, all right? The Bible is like its own dictionary. It explains itself. So let's see what that word Egypt means, right? Keep this in mind. Read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which shall bring thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What did he call Egypt? Bondage, right? What's another word for bondage? Egypt is another word, right? But what's another word for bondage? What's a term that we use today? Just like you said, your grandma was a what? She was a slave, right? A slave, right? He said that word Egypt means that we're going to go back into slavery again. Go back to 68.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He said, I'm going to bring you back into slavery again, but this time, I'm going to bring you back into slavery by the way thereof with ships. What people you know came over here to the shores of America by ships? Huh? Our people came over here by slave ships, all right?
That's right.
We came over here. What movie you watch? Right. That movie, hey, even though they try to depict it and put these other nations' pictures and faces in it, those happen to our people. All kinds of movies, right? That happened to us as a people. Those slave ships and all those things pertain unto us as a people. All right, read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He was going to bring these same people right here, right? That you look on this side. Look at this side. All of them was going to go back into slavery again. All of them was going to go into slavery. By the way with ships, right? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So as Moses spake it, it happened to us, right? Because history proves that it happened to us. Because how you know? How you know? They make movies about it, right? You got it in certain books that you can go in the libraries or whatever and pick up and look at it, right? They make movies and everything's about it. It's everywhere, but our people choose to ignore it. Right? Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
So we weren't going to see it no more again, meaning what? When you get off them slave ships and come to the shores of America, you weren't going to see your homeland no more again, right? When they send us throughout the Caribbean, we weren't going to see all of Egypt. I mean, all these different places where they scattered us throughout the world. We weren't going to see our homeland no more again. You can go anywhere in the world, you can see us. We're going to be in these places, right there in the doggone ghettos, right? Because why? We were sent to these places on these slave ships. Who allowed that to happen to us? God allowed that to happen to us. Why? Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of God.
Right.
All right? Read it again. Read it from the top again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee. And thou shalt see it no more again. And there he shall be sold unto your enemies.
He said that we were going to be sold, right? He said that we was going to be sold unto our enemies, right? Our enemies were going to be able to put these shackles and these chains on us, right? We was going to be sold unto our enemies, not our friends, right? Read.
For bondmen.
For slave man, right? Read.
And bondwomen.
And the slave woman, right? And the children that was right there being sold with us on the auction blocks, right? Just like you see the movie, you ever seen the movie Roots? You ever watched it? You ever watched 12 Years a Slave? You ever watch any of them movies, right? When they come and they take our children away, right? And they sell our children or sell us on these auction blocks. Came doing, terrorizing our people. Why? Because we don't want to keep the commandments of God. You talking about, what's that? Birth of a Nation, right? That's the movie you talking about? That Birth of a Nation, right? Read on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man was going to be able to come and redeem us out of this captivity. Why? Because the Lord had his hand on us. Because why? We didn't want to obey God. So, all right? So we got to obey God to get up out of these conditions that we're in. Stop following the ways of this world. All right? Because the ways of this world is going to get a lot of us, it's going to get a lot of us put to death, man.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.